Hi, everybody. Welcome to Make Music Day across the entire world as we know it. It really is Make Music Day, and so it's pretty cool that it coincided with the regular live lunch break performance here at the Telegraph Record Shop in New London. I'm Rick Coster for the day. We always stream these things live at theday.com, but it's even better when you're in the record shop. And we are privileged today because Daphne Lee Martin is here. She is a veteran of the music wars, and therefore I know she is not scared fearless to be on stage.
The music wars, wow.
Yeah. Did you even hear the pun I made?
You're so funny.
Because she's about to release the best album she's ever made. It's called Scared Fearless. Is it true that you're sharing this for the first time with us?
Well, almost. You're number two. Number one, Robbie DeRosa had me on Homegrown down at the Wesleyan radio station last Thursday, and we played a couple songs there. But this is the first live performance.
Well, we're proud. We're privileged. And I'm serious. So New London is a small town, vibrant musical community. I've been following Daphne's career for years and years and years and have been proud to support it. And so I don't think I'm being ridiculous when I say I really do believe this is your best album.
Thank you.
So, without me spoiling anything, we would like for you to play a few tunes.
You've got this like weepy proud dad thing going on right now.
Well, I am. And we were just talking before we came on air how old I am, and Peter Wappy, our videographer, and Daphne are walking me through just the most elemental computery things, like the deep web. I'm not even going to go there. So, you guys are going to enjoy this. Is this all stuff from the new album?
Everything I played tonight.
All right, fabulous. Everything that you hear will be from Scared Fearless. So, this is the Queen of Hearts with her metaphorical crooked crown, Daphne Lee Martin.
All right, thank you guys for coming down. I'm going to start it on a ballad because I'm comfortable playing that, and you got to ease into these things. I haven't played a live show in a good long while, so thank you guys for being here. This song is called John Henry's Lullaby.
Should you ever find yourself broken, at a loss for the words to say, you'll find no rest in this beautiful mess, but I wouldn't want you any other way. Should you ever
Thanks. I wrote that one for my best friend James, who I reckon will walk in here on rock and roll time any minute now. You guys actually start things on time. That's not very rock and roll of you, but thanks to everybody listening on the computer too. I know there's a bunch of you out there, so thank you guys. All right, this one's called Young Man's Game, and if I screw it up, it's because I don't really play it. I have a whole bevy of amazing, miraculous, virtuosic musicians behind me on the record, and I typically don't play the instruments on a lot of these, but we're going to give it a crack. This one's about touring. It's a love song to the perils of the road, if you will.
Every day it goes by now, just a little bit faster. But who gives a damn about my good name? You know I'd bet it all on a young man's game. Now I left room for the Holy Ghost, but the love that it gave me, it was cold at most. And if you
This next song is the only co-write on the album. I wrote it with a Providence-based singer-songwriter named John Farone. I wrote a lot of the lyrics on the road, actually, at my friend JJ's house in Pennsylvania. Sometimes you get these magical quiet moments on the road. You can actually just sit and get into your head a little bit, and that's what happened with this one. I had just left the city of Knoxville, Tennessee, and I was just... The only other city I've been that in love with is New London, Connecticut. I almost want to move there, but I could never leave this place, you know? So this is a love song to Knoxville. It's called Songbirds.
The ocean's always had a call too strong to disobey. Lord, but this time through these mountains damn near took my breath away. I was never one for staying still, so I must be traveling on. And I'll make my way back through these hills before the leaves have turned to dawn. I don't wanna let you go just yet. Can we lay here just a little longer? Listen to the songbirds calling in the day until the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away. Redemption comes in soft, its pillow marks across your cheek, and your face too close to focus on is the best thing that I've seen. Every day I'm out here chasing down this crazy dream. We'll hear this valley calling me back to Tennessee. But I don't wanna let you go just yet. Can we lay here just a little longer and listen to the songbirds calling in the day until the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away. It's true what they say about missing what you had, and I'll lay awake all night and think of what you said. You won't know where you belong until you've been away too long. But my bags are packed for driving, but my home is in your arms. I don't wanna let you go just yet. Can we lay here just a little longer and listen to the songbirds calling in the day until the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away? Till the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away.
Thanks, guys. All right, one more, and then I think we're going to do a little talking. Is that right? All right, so this one has an expletive, which I'm not going to say, but it's it is relative to online dating, a thing that I can never understand. I will never understand it. Where you don't just meet people. I'm sure it works. Not for me. Also, just kind of a thing about, you hang out with people and they're just on their phone the whole time. They don't actually look at you or talk to you.
One of these days, little darling, when you tire of all their pretty lies, you'll find your faith in me. There's only grown with time. We'll hear the West Coast calling. mixer still knows our names as though we never left. And so my love for you remains. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, one of these days. And though I may not be the one who got away, I am still the one you call to tell about your day. One of these days, little darling, it might be the last time I pick up and feel my own heart break when you tell me that you think she is the one. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, one of these days. One of these days, little darling, you will miss the way I taste. You will scroll through your phone in search of another bruise, someone who'll understand you and love you as you are. But still, you know I will answer when you knock upon my door. One of these days, 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 one of these days.
Daphne Lee Martin doing songs from her really excellent new record, Scared Fearless. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for being here for Live Lunch Break. It's Make Music Day throughout the solar system. So the idea is that not only do people who make music make it, but those who don't make music might be encouraged to try to make it, or at least come out and be part of it. And it lifts all of our spirits, correct?
It does.
Yeah. So what better way to start this than with Daphne Lee here on Live Lunch Break. So, regarding this new record, I have an observation, an old person's observation. I've followed your career, and I've always been impressed by your aesthetic curiosity, because those of you who know, Daphne has experimented with what I would call Cajun influenced music, 30s sort of pop, jazz type stuff, Americana. And what's come out of this is that you're a terrific songwriter. And this is a long way of saying that on the new album, I think, and this is not to say, I hate people that automatically assume pop music is the stuff we hear on Top 40 right now by Katy Perry or whatever, that it's all fused through one little blueprint. Pop music is not a bad word, right?
No, definitely not. It's a form.
Yes, it's a form, and I think you have written and performed with these musicians and the producer a very sophisticated pop album, and I mean that in the most positive way. Is that what you think of it, and is it something that just the way it was produced or arranged maybe pushes it in that direction rather than the songs themselves?
I think you could say the same thing about Nilsson or Newman or any number of the great songwriters. They
Sure.
wrote a lot of pop melodies, but they were very focused on the storytelling. They were songwriter pop albums. And I think leaning into Americana, that's what I was trying to accomplish here for sure. Yeah.
Well done.
So yeah, I'll live in the bucket with those guys.
Yeah, not a damn thing wrong with that,
No.
is it? There is a flavor to the record that, and you referenced it in the first set. A lot of this was probably written on the road in downtime, and that leads, I would suspect, to some very positive, freeing sort of things, and maybe sometimes it's melancholy. Does that come into play?
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting in a snowstorm in Delaware in a hotel room because your gig got canceled, and yeah, that's kind of a bummer. You're alone. You're going to be alone for the next several weeks on the road. So yeah, it can be a little bit of a downer sometimes. But then there's other moments, like with Songbirds, sitting on my friend's couch, and I just happen to be the first one awake, and I put the coffee pot on, and I'm just waiting for everybody else to get up and about, and I know it's going to be a good day because I'm staying with friends, and so there's all the different elements to it.
There's a song cycle on this record, right?
Yeah, there are
Kinda.
sort of clusters. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh gosh.
Well,
Without the list
briefly,
in
all
front of me.
right? I'll put parameters on it so you don't feel...
So the entire album is a travelogue. Everything happened pretty much on the road, but the songs are sort of in clusters of I'm making bad life choices. I'm staying up too late. I'm drinking too much beer. I'm maybe spending time with people that aren't the best influences on my life. I'm definitely not making any money doing this for a living. What am I doing with my life? So there's kind of those songs.
Yeah.
And then there are other ones that are like, I get to see all of these magical people that I love, and how amazing is it to travel to these places and to fall in love with something like a city. You get into that as well. So there's sort of a cluster of songs that are oriented to that, but all of them are those sort of hello and goodbye songs.
We're talking with Daphne Lee Martin here on Live Lunch Break about her new record, Scared Fearless, which is, by the way, that's going to look good on a T-shirt. I like it. So here's something I think, and those of you who, again, have been working musicians, at a certain point when you're young, everything you're doing is exciting, and it's indelibly imprinted on you, and you file it away. You go, this is a lesson I'm learning, and I'll think it'll come to me later. But at a certain point, you look back and you go, wait a minute, it's time to quantify those lessons. And I wondered, listening to the record, if that's part of it too. It's like you're at a point where you said, I got to look back and make some sense of this rather than just thinking I'll get to it later. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Like you said, the records that came before this one were a bizarre pastiche of all the things I loved, because I thought, I love chocolate, I love cinnamon, and I love jalapenos, and I love meatballs, and I love, and I just grabbed everything and I chucked it in a pot on some of the other records. It's interesting, but I got very reductionist about this one. I'm like, okay, these are the things that worked, these are the things that didn't work. And I actually wrote a note on the front of the notebook that I was making these songs in that said, what does someone who doesn't think or live like I do take away from this? And I kind of put each of these songs through that pace, through that set of standards, and it just naturally called itself down to this group of songs.
When you're looking back at all those lessons and trying to quantify them, is there any lesson where you just went, wow, I'm Descartes, or boy, I wish I hadn't done that.
Well, there's definitely some boy, I wish I hadn't done that, so I'll give you that one.
And also, by the way, when you were using the metaphors of food, I was so grateful you didn't throw mushrooms in there.
Oh,
I
do you
hate
not like
mushrooms.
mushrooms? Oh, man, I love mushrooms and
No,
pickles.
you didn't? Pickles?
Pickles.
I love pickles, too.
There you go.
All right, well, listen, I've blathered enough. I wanted you guys to get a sense of what was going on with Daphne when she made this remarkable record. But maybe it's better just to let the songs and you take it from here. So would y'all like to hear some more from Daphne? All right, good enough.
Let's do, we're going to do 3 more maybe?
Up to you.
This one's called Don't Let the Sun Go Down. It was built around the story structure of a songwriter that I happen to love. I'm going to get to play with him again this fall, Corey Brannon, Memphis-based songwriter. I think he's in Nashville now, but he wrote a song called The Survivor Blues, and it was that sort of born-to-run idea of a couple people meet in a bar, and they don't know what's going to happen, but they want to take a chance on it. So this is that sort of take advantage of the moments as they come kind of a song, I guess. You don't know when that's going to happen ever again. To play these without the band behind me, I gotta say. You sit on a couch and you work it out, or you sit at a piano and you work it out. You have all these parts in your head, and then you bring the people in, they play the parts, and you can never go back.
But you are, and it's working.
Oh, thanks. I do have the good fortune to play with a lot of those folks on Saturday night. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. This one's called Some Fool.
that you could be made whole. Some fool in my heart said the missing piece was you. There were no lines to hold me. I said on into a gale, and at the height of the storm I mistook an anchor for a sail. But in the calm hereafter I see a glint of light. On the surface above me, and I know that I must rise. If I had a word with my younger self, I wondered what I would say. Would I shatter my illusions? Would I headlong into mistakes I wish I had made? And some fool in my head said, you think too much. And some fool in my head said, you know that it will never be enough.
Thanks again for coming out. I'm going to do one more song. This one is also the final track on the new record, Scared Fearless. It's called Till We Meet Again. This was the hotel room in Delaware in the snowstorm song. It's one of those like miracles of songwriters to be able to take the saddest, most melancholy stuff and turn it into something pretty, I guess. You dropped your head down on my head, so big that it just fell over my ears, and you just smiled and said, come here, I wanna kiss you one more time. Come here, little darling of mine, and I will give you something to remember me by before I go. Before I go.
That's my demon at the gate, and I cannot ask him to wait. But you can kiss away my sorrows till we meet again before I go. My head fills with that song that you play, and as my scent from your pillow fades, I don't think that I'll ever be the same without you. Without you.
Daphne Lee
Thanks,
Martin.
guys.
Lovely. There's nothing more beautiful than a melancholy open string chord. And you put that to
is
good
such
use.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you have to be Tommy Emmanuel to even know what the name of the chord is, but beautiful. What'd you guys think? This is going to be a great record, right? Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Daphne Lee Martin. Now, you're going to play a release party.
Yes.
Tell us
Saturday
about it.
night. Down on Bank Street, the Social Bar and Grill. Doors are at 7 o'clock. It is highly recommended that you call or email ahead to get a reservation if you want a table, but there's lots and lots of standing room as well. Music is going to start at 8 o'clock with Amy Kucharek, a brilliant singer-songwriter from Boston, Massachusetts, who plays ukulele. She's fabulous. And then I'm going to play with the band. We're going to basically just do the record front to back, most of the players that were on the recording. And then Huntress and Holder of Hands, Morgan Eves' band, is going to close out the night.
And people will be able to get the CD.
Absolutely.
Where do people find you online and not in one of those creepy dating things like that song you were singing?
Tinder. You will not find me there. DaphneLeeMartin.com.
Fair enough. Well, happy Music Day, everybody. What a great way to start Make Music Day here at the Telegraph. Got a day full of bands and artists here. Pete Wappy, who does all the work behind the scenes, and I will be on the streets for the day. We plan on seeing all 40 artists that are playing in New London.
You're going to have a busy day.
Look at these running shoes that I have, these expensive running shoes. So, Daphne, all best luck. It's a wonderful record. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of Live Lunch Break. Everything's archived at theday.com/live lunch, and we will see you around the town.